How many decisions did you make today? Now the harder question, how many were made for you by whatever option was already selected, and you just didn't change it? Start with the one that costs the most. A company offers its employees a retirement plan. For years, joining worked like this. Here's the form. Check the box if you want in. Reasonable. Nobody is forced, everybody is free to choose. Then the company changed one sentence. Now the form said, you're already enrolled. Uncheck the box if you want out. Same plan, same money, same explanation, same employees, same everything. Participation jumped, and it didn't jump a little. Nobody's opinion about saving had changed overnight. What changed was who had to do something about it. And it gets worse, or more interesting, depending on how you feel about your own brain. The plan came with a suggested contribution rate and a suggested fund, pre-filled on the form. Most of the automatically enrolled employees stayed on exactly those for years, not because they compared options and concluded that was right for them. They just never changed it. A number typed into a form by someone in an office quietly became the retirement plan of thousands of people. 3 things stack up to make the default that powerful. First, changing it requires a decision, and decisions are expensive. They take attention you'd rather spend elsewhere. Second, a default reads as advice. If it came pre-selected, someone must have thought about it, right? And third, remember our video on loss aversion. Moving away from the default feels like giving something up, so the path of least resistance wins. And that path always has an author, whoever designed the form. Once you notice that, you'll see it everywhere, and most of it is not on your side. The subscription that renews itself. Canceling requires action, renewing requires nothing at all. The little box already ticked for, yes, send me offers. The travel insurance pre-added to your flight before you reach checkout. The cookie banner where accept everything is a big bright button, and reject is gray text hiding in a corner. None of those layouts are accidents. Each one is someone deciding what happens if you do nothing, and they know most people do nothing. The free trial deserves its own mention because it's the purest version of this. You are not signing up for a month of something. You are signing up for a default that flips to charge this card forever on a date you will not remember, unless you take an action nobody reminded you to take. The trial isn't the product. The default that comes after it is. And notice that your own money already has a default, whether you chose one or not. For most people it's this: spend first, and whatever survives the month becomes savings. Nobody sat down and picked that rule. It's just what happens when nothing is set up, and it's the reason saving feels like a fight every month, forever. But here's the part I actually like, because this is the rare bias you can turn around and point the other way. If defaults decide, then choose your defaults. An automatic transfer to savings on the day you get paid does exactly what the retirement form did. It makes saving the thing that happens by itself and spending the thing that requires action. Same trick, same laziness, opposite result. You don't need more willpower. You need the path of least resistance to lead somewhere you actually want to go, and you get to build that path once on a calm afternoon, instead of winning the same argument with yourself every single month. So, back to the start. How many of today's decisions were really yours? The useful question was never, what do I choose? It's, what happens if I do nothing? Because that is the option that usually wins. Find out what it is, and then make sure it's the one you'd have picked anyway.